It's one of those rather typical things where the upper classes decided to ape the peasantry in the 18th century and had these incredibly expensive wedding and country feasts in which they pretended to be, rather like, you know, Marie Antoinette with her silver milk churns pretending to be a milkmaid.
Now, the socks that man in the middle is wearing are very long socks, and just out of interest for you, that's something that I've turned to recently. I now favour the longer socks.
Can you take me through your reasoning?
Yes, I can. I'll show you. Yeah. The gentleman's sock.
The half hose. It's called the half hose.
Now, Joe, you, as a lady, you're going to think this sock is going to stop a lot sooner than it does. So, watch this. Look at that. Surely we've reached the peak.
Oh, my goodness me.
Surely we've peaked. No.
Oh,
surely.
My word.
Surely.
He's wearing tights. Oh.
Can I say, not so much for Joe, but Stephen, Alan and Sean, I urge you to give it a go. Because it gives you a feeling of security.
They do make you look like a knobhead. Sorry, Rob.
Well, one of the problems men have...
They do.
There's a problem men have, Joe, which is that we wear away the hair on our shins by tight, short socks, don't we? Is that one of the things you're afraid of?
Sorry, by just carrying on the conversation, you imply that you agree with what Joe said.
What was going through my mind is how difficult it would ever be for a man to say that to a woman, that's all. And I thought, I'm not going to go in that direction. We allow women to be rude to us.
Could you please come down on one side or the other here?
Yeah.
You're either with me or you're with her.
It's true, but it's just as true that women make themselves look positively ridiculous occasionally.
It doesn't make you look cool. Put it that way. Nobody's going to go, I'm going to get a pair of those.
Well, at the risk of turning this into Ready, Steady, Cook, why don't we let the audience decide?
All those who think Rob is really onto something with the gentleman's half hose, as I believe they are technically called, the long sock, the Bryden long sock, could you please shout out, long sock?
Oh, it's not good.
That's not good. I fear, without having to ask...
There's no need to carry on.
No, OK. Yeah.
What are the beer goggles? What is the Latin term?
Beer goggles?
Yeah.
What are they?
When you've got the beer goggles on, it's when you really fancy someone who normally you wouldn't fancy.
Oh! So you would refer to someone as a seven-pinter? Yes.
Stephen doesn't have beer goggles, he has Madeira pince-nez.
I imagine with Stephen it would
Oh, you're a cracker. More Madeira? A small...
A sherry monocle.
Hey,
you've got the sherry monocle in.
Rot, isn't it? Sorry, is it just this atmosphere? Are you thirsty? I could do with it. Can we have a drink? Thank you. I've got a friend here who's going to make me a drink.
It's not like Yo Sushi, is it?
No. Here we are.
This is for you.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Welcome to QI, Asamoah.
Thank you, Stephen. It is great to be here.
Isn't he marvellous?
Here I am, brain the size of a planet. Opening doors.
So you're the most advanced humanoid robot on the planet, is that right?
That is what they tell me.
Why don't you show us what you can do?
I would love to.
Is he going to kill me?
Honestly, I promise you are going to be impressed. I mean, this is... but it's this movement that is so simple to us. You know, they can do calculations we could never dream of doing, any computer, but this movement he's doing, he's going to go down a step, right? Give him time.
If he falls over, that's 20 million quid up the swanny.
Now he's going to do something that I think no one in this room will have ever seen, which is, I think, truly miraculous.
Studio audience killed by runaway robot.
No, he is going to run. I'd like you to run, Asamoah, and this takes him a bit of time, but both feet will leave the ground, and he will run. Pretty good. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? Well done. Well done, Asamoah. I think it's only fair that you get some points.
Thanks, but what I would really like is a dance with Joe.
I think that can be arranged.
He wouldn't say that if he'd met me.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Asamoah. I'm married, sorry.
Well done, everybody. Oh, he's bowing. Amazing.
I've
Thank
scored.
you. Thank you very much, Asamoah. Goodbye, then.
What's the battery life on one of these? When you find a bee and it's crawling on its last legs,
I always rescue them.
you give it honey. It's the only thing they eat. Makes sense when you think about it. No point just talking to it. Give it honey.
They're very much a one-recipe species, aren't they?
I'm intrigued because I generally give it the sole of my shoe, but you know, not to be harsh, but you know, I think
Treading on a struggling, crawling bee, trying to get back to the hive.
What? As opposed to rehabilitate it?
I like
back
honey.
to
I have it
life.
on my porridge, you murderer.
Yeah, but
We depend on bees.
We need the bees.
okay. So in future, I should lure the bee back. And sorry, do I get a syringe of honey, just a tiny amount of honey? How do I feed this
Spoon of honey,
disabled
leave
bee?
it with the honey, don't tread on it. It should be
But-
criminal
but-
offence.
but-
You should be arrested. You should be locked up, you know where? In a hive.
But isn't it true, though, that a bee in his entire lifetime makes an absolutely tiny amount of honey overall? I mean, just a
But there are just
minute
lots
amount
of
of
them,
honey.
yeah.
They're
So you
team
don't
players.
have to give much rehabilitating honey to this one bee
So
before the nation, the world, is making a net
diabetic.
loss from that bee. You know, it's useless. If you only get 1 teaspoon of honey from a whole bee's lifetime, and every time we have to get it back on its feet, it takes a teaspoon and a half, suddenly there's no honey at all.
This is more honey than this bee has seen in its life.
Yeah.
It's just gonna
You're insulting it, apart from
Maybe
anything
give
else.
it-
It's like showing a very tired mason a whole cathedral.
Maybe...
Well, let's say that you're in between Alan and Dara. So, like Alan, you want to help the bee give it honey, but like Dara, you also want to kill. What you can do is you get what I would term too much honey, and you see the bee and you pour molten. But hear me out.
All right, okay.
And then you watch him die a slow as he.
Yeah, I carry on with... Yes, I've now heard you out.
Yes.
And it's no better.
Well, no, that's
worse. Much worse than what I did.
Torturing
You're
a
being
bee.
humane, are you?
Yeah, I am being-
You're not. You're getting a kick out of it.
Let's forget that.
Drowning the bee ironically in honey. You want some honey?
bee.
You want some honey?
You can't
How much
drown
honey
them.
do you want? Is this too much honey? Straight.
Oh, not so keen on the honey now, are you?
Very good. Well, thank you for that interesting, fierce, and I think productive debate. Graham.
Come with me, Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, I say.
This did seem like a good idea. So, if you want to kneel down there. Right. There now. OK. This feels very wrong, doesn't it? Children are watching and sobbing. What's he doing?
They cry.
He found Dorothy, now he's killing Harry Potter. OK.
Daniel, you have...
You right there?
Yeah, that
Daniel, have you
feels
finished
about right, yeah.
both of the Harry Potter films by now?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
They can usually finish them without you.
I'm so bad at this, I was about to lean through. That's not... You all right, though? Are you comfortable?
Oh, yes, it's lovely. Thank you.
Nothing can go wrong. Wouldn't it be awful if you... No, because you know what I mean? We had the stuff about the bullets, and suddenly there'll be some story about... And then Graham got distracted by a bright light, and... I was dead. I know. Have I done... I think I've done it all right. You live on in films forever.
Drum roll.
OK, here we go. So, 3, 2...
On that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen.
How old are you?
Oh,
yes.
Norton. How old do I look?
See you!
How old do I feel?
Just shows you the effect of this game, though. You ask a question, all four of us think that is something I definitely know the answer to. I've been made so uncertain. And I'm not even willing to give my own age, name, or address.
How can this possibly be a trap?
Yeah.
I am 37. No, 37.
Doubling, no breed.
Yeah,
There we go. No points lost.
We should all do it. I bet you they've got some of it wrong.
Peter House Mitchell.
34, eh?
34.
Oh, 34. You don't want to do this.
I'll do it for Graham more than 46.
I'm not doing it.
Well, obviously, as the baby that was, you know, called Graham or Dara or David or Alan was, you know, arrived on the planet the number of years ago that you said, but that's not how old you are when I touch you. If I touch your arm, how old is that arm? Is that as old as that?
It's like 6 weeks old or something like that.
Is it 5 years we replace our entire...
There are different bits of one, that's right. There are different bits of one that take... Some of them...
Your cells regenerate.
Your red blood cells last only 120 days. A liver has a turnaround time of 300 to 500 days, sort of 1.5 years.
Hurry up.
The entire human... Give it a chance to recover. The entire human skeleton is replaced every 10 years or so. So all your bones.
Really?
Replaced. Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, they're replaced in an aged way, rather annoyingly, rather than a brand new
So they're
way.
replaced with second-hand ones?
Well, not exactly used, no, but...
I'm thinking of trading in my 8-year-old Mazda for an 8-and-a-bit-year-old Mazda.
I'm afraid that's how it goes, yeah. It's all rather unfortunate. So an adult's body may turn out as usually somewhere between 7 and 10 years old in terms of its cells, though some of the cells are much, much younger. And 98% of the 7 billion atoms in the human body are replaced yearly.
Do you know, I think some of my socks are older than I am.
When was the First World War first named as such? The outbreak, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand.
You think they called it the First World War straight
Before
away?
it started.
It would be an act of a pessimist to call it the First World War that early, surely. It's going to be some point after 1939, isn't it?
A realist, surely.
So
There's got to be more of these.
Yeah.
I
At what point... Excuse me, I think what I said, people in the box, is after 1939, which may contain 1939, but does not mean it.
No, well...
OK. No. After 1939 and after the Second World War are not synonymous. Now, this is just giving you time to type after 1939. Why don't you just type, Mitchell is a cop?
Why did it take 300 years to give the giant tortoise a scientific name?
A scientific name?
Yeah, i.e. the Latin name. It turned out to be called Geochelonia, you know.
Is it because they just thought that was pretty good, giant tortoise?
We'll leave it with that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah?
no, I was going to say something about which now is unusable. I'm going to have to say it now.
Go on. How with it, man?
They thought...
It's better be
They
good.
thought it was a normal tortoise, but closer, was what I was going to say. You see what I mean? But I couldn't get that concept. It's like, would it be actually further away? And then the normal one further away would be actually a minute one. Would they mistake a quite far away normal one for a miniaturised one that's a bit...
Yeah, but the thing that you're saying is that the tortoise is too big.
No, it's just... It's a further away. If they said...
I like it. Oh, go that way.
Yeah. If there was like a tortoise over there that was giant, but for some reason thought it was just there, then I wouldn't think it was giant. I'd think it was just, oh, there's just one there. But it was just a normal tortoise there, nothing about that. Oh my God, it's over there and it's back!
It would have to be on a huge beach with no other points of reference.
Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Are they...
That's not the reason.
Are they particularly litigious? Now, if you give me a name, I will sue you.
No, it wasn't that. It's a nice thought again. No, they had another property which was most unfortunate for them to have.
What the tortoises did?
Yeah.
They were edible.
They were so edible. Anyone, I mean...
Anyone who saw one couldn't stop to think of a name for it. They just had to eat it straight away.
Really one of those...
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Do you know...
Just get one. They're really very good.
There's no
We just
Latin
call them
name for the
dinner.
pistachio nut. Exactly the same way. No one can be bothered. Just shut up with your Latin. Eat them. They're brilliant.
That's what happened.
No Latin name for Maltesers.
None of them made it. It's kind of true. None of them made it to London. None of them made it to Europe.
Now this time, we're going to take it and we'll take London
Tuck
study
it.
it.
Leave it. No.
However,
I'm taking it back. People getting up in the
Ferry coming into Dover, there's a bloke going... leaving the door with a tortoise instead.
all right, look. Take 9 of them, we'll eat 8.
And everyone's looking at it and going, come on.
the seas become... The days on end, the seas become as one tortoise left.
Yeah.
Come on, sir. Come on, we'll go back. Let's just go back and get some more.
Imagine the moment after they've eaten that last tortoise. They're sitting there thinking, we are twats. I'm too full.
Even Darwin, on Darwin's last book. There were
He
dozens
collected
of
every species in the world and ate that one.
They had them all. They did.
I've done all those, done all the butterflies, done all the beetles. I'm eating that.
The only descriptions of them are comparing them to chicken, beef, mutton and butter and saying they're how much better they are than all of those things. No one who'd ever eaten tortoise had ever eaten anything better.
Why are they not
and the liver and the bone marrow, every part of it was unbelievably
Whereabouts
delicious.
are they from?
Well, from the tropics mostly.
Are there flights over there?
They are now protected. All 12
If they're
species.
that delicious, they can't be. Well, just say, yeah, we've protected them. They're all in there. No need to look.
Yeah,
they're fine.
There's a border around them, like North Korea.
Yeah. There's a big pile of shells, like those piles of tyres you see in a scrapyard.
But there were some that survived, however, and let me tell you about a very extraordinary
That
one.
bloke there, he's just befriending that one. Yeah, come over here, my pretty. I'm trying to think of a name for you.
But they are amazing animals, apart from how delicious they are. Adwaita died in 2006, and he was Clive of India's pet. There he is.
Oh, they're 200 years old or something.
255. He was born before Mozart, before the French Revolution, and his death was announced on CNN. I mean, that's a heck of a life,
And you
isn't
can list his achievements on the back of a stamp.
Well, why would he need to
Well, his
achieve
principal
that
achievement is it wasn't...
He lived 255 years. People think probably the oldest living creature because they don't live so long out of captivity like most animals, and he was, well cared for. But that is a pretty astonishing
It is quite... So it lived 255 years and is massive. I mean, I've achieved 50% of that. That's so great.
There are 12 species of them, all of them endangered. Well,
They all taste nice?
Well, I don't know, but it's very sad that they have so many were other species were, you know, basically wiped out just because they were so lovely. Not only that, they were also used as water stores. It sounds a weird thing, but they have a special kind of internal bladder that stores water so perfectly that it's drinkable. When you slit them open to cook them, you also get, you know, like a gallon of fresh water.
Wow.
So they would stack them up on boats, tons of them. They'd be stacked up, one on the other, and they couldn't move. And they didn't need to be fed for months, so that they actually contributed a lot to whaling and other things because they were used as a foodstuff and a water supply that was just kind of permanent.
So you've got the water as well. And imagine if you smash the shell open, there's like a little toy in there, like a Kinder. Like a little game, you've got to get the balls in the holes.
So how do they exist in the wild anyway, if they're so delicious and slow-moving and massive and useful?
They didn't have any natural predators until man discovered them, basically.
Right. So they were evolutionarily complacent.
They were exactly like a lot of island species. They're a lot like that. And it's only man who crosses islands in the way we do
Like all those
who does it.
ridiculous flightless birds on New Zealand.
Yeah.
Essentially, they got lazy.
Yeah.
They got lazy. What's the point in flying? Now, some of them go, we'll need it one day. I bet we'll need it one day. Nah. You're too anal, you are. Just walk around, it's easier.
Yeah. Anyway, they say of the Acropolis, where the Parthenon is... They say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is... They say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is... that they...
all been too much. It turns out they didn't say anything at all. I think it might
They say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is...
Everyone!
They say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is... They say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is... They say of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is... Fight!
Bloody hell, Stephen. This better be good.
Moving on. Radcliffe is a remnant of the stone.
Sorry, I've just got a question. What do they say about the Acropolis where the Parthenon is?
They say...
What do they say? What do they say?
He's going to say, 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 he's going to say.
What do they say about the Acropolis where the Parthenon is?
Can I write it down? Read it, it says it there.
What you got to tell us now?
They say of the Acropolis where the that there are no straight lines. Damn, that hurt.
Do they?
Yeah.
Whatever.